Let's kick it off with a grade 11 student from the LCHS who is diligent, hardworking, and overall sarcastic person who also enjoyed her time snorkeling in Mexico.
She is here tonight talking to us about how it's okay to make mistakes.
Let's welcome Delara Jadidizadeh to the stage.
You may know how to succeed, but do you know how to utilize failure? Learning to be successful in life is important, but learning to accept and embrace failure and learn lessons that come from it is crucial. Failing doesn't mean you can't do it. It is not a reflection of self-worth, and it does not mean that your goal is unrealistic. It simply means there's much more in you that's yet to come. Though I have not lived the majority of my life experiences, the mistakes I have made along the way have shaped me into the person I am today. I've dealt with failure throughout my life, as I am sure we all have. But it was getting through those uncomfortable moments and building myself up which was allowed me to reach the goals I have in mind. I can still clearly remember getting back a test I did poorly on in middle school. And I remember being really hard on myself because I was normally achieving the high grades that I wanted, but rather found myself comparing my results to the people around me. And though this incident seems like nothing to me now, back then, I really let it affect me. When I made a mistake, I often viewed it as being permanent and allowed these mistakes to affect my self-esteem over time. And now don't get me wrong, this is something I'm still working on, but I understood that this path to success looks different for everyone, and that I was supposed to find the path that was best for me. Every mistake is an opportunity, and though you may not like it, consider it as a forced opportunity for you to be better. Every successful person will tell you that their success has come about as a string of failures, failures that forced them to think better, forced them to become sharper, and ultimately made them who they are today. As someone who's a perfectionist, making mistakes is hard. It's linked with emotions of anxiety, stress, frustration that are sometimes really hard to get over. And these emotions led me to believe that by making mistakes, I was only further letting myself down. And if maybe I'd gotten that one extra mark on that one exam, I was automatically that much more successful. And it got me thinking, why do people succeed? Is it because they're smarter, or are they just lucky? And the answer is neither. It is because they challenged themselves to become better and focused on improving their future rather than focusing on their past. And from this thought, I changed how I viewed the path to success. I viewed it as a sign that I was trying and a sign that I'd like to change. And I started to believe that there was something better for me to reach in the future, and that with hard work and perseverance, this success could be achieved. I used to let failure be the period at the end of a sentence, as I believed it signified the end. But I now realize it is more like a comma, because in anything you set out to do, it will be accompanied by moments of failure. But the goal is to not let it hold you back. Because it's not failure that says to you you're not good enough, it's you. And I conceived in my own mind that failure meant being not good enough, but that couldn't be further away from the truth. Because failure isn't meant to stop you in your tracks. It's meant to help you reflect, revise, improve, and go forward with better plans and intentions. And when I find myself looking at my life, I try to understand who I really am and all the accomplishments I've made. I'm an older sister, a strong student, a vocalist, and so much more. And though I've had a bad performance and done poorly on an exam, I have made progress that without those mistakes would have never occurred. And though many think success, comes easy, in reality, it is a long and demanding process. We all have our ups and downs, but giving up on lifelong dreams and aspirations because of a few bumps in the road should never be an option. We all also have the ability to make decisions and set goals for ourselves that will help us grow and change. Through our plans and our set of actions, we truly recognize our strengths when helping get to where you want to be. And though you may not think it now, you have the power to change yourself into who you want to become. And as I've said, we all have the ability to pick ourselves up after failure and learn from our mistakes rather than let them hold us back. By accepting your emotions and surrounding yourself with supportive people, you will be able to push past those obstacles and put your energy into creating a better future for yourself. And I understood that accepting these difficulties made me understand them as a teacher. They taught me more about myself and helped me redefine and revise my goals. And I ultimately understood that success is not achieved in a day or a night, but is rather a long, steady process of hard work and commitment. Throughout the past couple of years, I've spent, countless hours studying and putting the focus of my energy into my education. Because I know I have goals in mind, and by planning and preparing, I know I will be able to achieve success later on in my life. This year, I made the decision to take 3 advanced placement courses on top of my school education, because I knew it would be a stepping stone towards my educational career. By stepping out of my comfort zone and taking this challenge, I knew I would be able to gain knowledge and only grow and advance. And even though it was a challenging year, I knew that it was the right decision because it made me stronger mentally. I faced challenges along the way, but used them as fuel to become better rather than let them pressure me into giving up. And ultimately, I was able to push past those obstacles and reach my goals. And though I felt hesitant to take the AP exams in the past month, I knew that by doing so, I would be able to gain so much experience. And by taking these exams, I was able to prove to myself that I could do it and use them as a stepping stone to reach my educational career. And as Albert Einstein said, failure is success in progress. It is not permanent. It is meant to help you keep going and fight the obstacles that you may further face. Because only through growth and change will you truly see success. For many, including myself, failure is nothing but the first step towards success. Thank you.